I'm going to give it a few minutes, obviously, as usual. It's been a while, but I'm going to wait until there's a few people on, because obviously I want to be sure that I get to see that there's people on there for a start. Because obviously if I can't see anybody, I don't know if you're there. You might not be there. Also, hit the share button, because this is something that I wasn't aware of to start with. I sort of heard a rumour, but I wasn't sure whether the rumours were true. So, obviously, for those who don't know, I am an English Democrat. I still vote English Democrats. I still for the English Democrats in the Police and Crime Commissioner elections. And a lot of people will always say to me, you know, why aren't you with UKIP? Why aren't you with For Britain? Well, because I'm English, and the English Democrats represent the English. So they represent what I believe in, and that is my nationality. However, I wasn't aware of this. So basically, I'm going to try to put this into as simple terms as I possibly can for everybody. So I'm going to say hi to everybody. It's been a while. Hit the share button. Let's see if we can get this up higher than 37. I've got 37 people. I would love to see 237 people before I go into actually talking about this, because otherwise I'm going to end up repeating myself over and over and over and over and over. And I do like to try and avoid it if possible. So, you know, by all means, invite people in. Invite people to come and watch it with you. By all means, share it out, tag it to pages, share it different pages. The more people we can get on, the better. And but I don't want to say anything just yet until I've got enough people on here. Hi, Bill Redhawk. Glad to see that you made it. Hi, Kevin Rideau. Long time no see. Yeah, I am not too bad, thank you. Andy Barma, I think that was. Even Darren. Hello, I'm in Yashed. Margaret Dalton, hi. Again, if we can get everybody, please. I know I'm being a pain in the bum because I'm kind of putting you all on tenterhooks, and I'm not telling you what it is that what you want to know, because obviously you've seen the title, so you want to know what is she going to tell us. And I don't want to do that until we get a few more numbers. Now we're at 45. Can we get it up to at least 50 before I say a word? That would be really cool. We're at 49. One more and we've hit 50. If we can push it up to 50, then I will then start speaking. Hi, Wendy Jones, my darling. Yes, Independence Day for England. So Independence Day for England and the United Kingdom was the 29th of March. Now, unbeknownst to me, and I'm sure unbeknownst to many others out there, little did I realise that we have left the EU and that what Theresa May has done is illegal. And there is a gentleman called Robin Tilbrook. Robin Tilbrook is a member of the English Democrats. He's actually the chairman of the English Democrats. I must correct that. And as you all know, I stood in the elections with the English Democrats. Now, Robin is actually taking this to the High Court. Now, I'm going to try and explain in the simplest layman's terms my understanding of it. So basically, if you cast your mind back to when we got the referendum. When we got the referendum, Gina Miller, up stepped Gina Miller. And Gina Miller made a point of taking us to court. And that forced then for the government to have to go to Parliament, and it had to go through Parliament before Article 50 could be invoked. Now, she forced that. And because that's the way it had to be done, because the court said that's legally binding, that's what you've got to do, she interfered on how the government run things, therefore making it that's the legal obligation. So when Theresa May decided that, you know, she wanted an extension. Well, it's not as simple as that, Theresa. You can't just decide to extend us and keep us in the dictatorship known as the EU. You have to do exactly what we were forced to go through with Parliament, and your votes, the people you had in there, all the naysayers, all the yes, yes, yes people, well, they were just opinions. They weren't, that wasn't going through Parliament the way we had to go through Parliament. So this is what was basically sent to me as a basic breakdown. So I'll read it out to you exactly as it is written for me to understand it as well, okay? So basically, it was sent to me as the idiot's guide because I'm a bit of an idiot. So if it's sent to me as an idiot guide because I'm the idiot, then I'm hoping it simplifies it for all of us, because, you know, none of us are brain surgeons. Well, there might be a few on here, but I'm definitely not one. Okay, so for the idiot's guide, people like me, to the High Court case by my friend Robin Tilbrook, solicitor and chairman of the English Democrats, to legally prove we left the EU on the 29th of March 2019. Now, we live in a civilised country, England, which has rules and procedures, law. Everyone has to follow the law, which involves changes via Acts of Parliament. Some Acts of Parliament allow flexibility or discretion in the Act of Parliament by government ministers, including the Prime Minister, basically acting on behalf of our Queen. This is called Crown Prerogative, or Henry VIII rules. Now, you may recall Remainer lady called Gina Miller making a big fuss about the Brexit legislation via the High Court and then the UK Supreme Court. She won her case. And although the UK government were going to originally use Crown prerogative powers to negotiate us out of the EU, Gina Miller insisted it had to be Parliament. The courts agreed with her. The Supreme Court found that the prerogative power of the conduct for foreign relations could not be exercised to notify the EU of the UK's withdrawal from the EU. So, Theresa May was forced to ratify the EU withdrawal law and any withdrawal laws via Parliament in the official manner. Parliament and the Queen passes the EU Article 50 law, which basically said that the UK was leaving the EU on the 29th of March 2019, or earlier if agreement was reached. In this law, it gave no prerogative for the Prime Minister to go past this date. That's what you've got to keep in mind there. So it gave there was no prerogative for the Prime Minister to go past the 29th of March. The only way she could have extended the date past the 29th of March 2019 was by formally, in law, amending the law via both Houses of Parliament and the Queen to another date, or to give herself the power for her using the Crown prerogative to decide the date. She did not do this. Naughty, naughty, Theresa. And random votes in the House of Commons do not count, as these are opinions, not laws. Robin's case is that the Prime Minister had no lawful authority to ask the EU Council to extend the period before the UK leaves the EU, or to agree to any extension proposed by the EU Council in response, and that her purported acceptance of the EU Council's offer to extend the Article 50 period was accordingly void. So as a matter of domestic, international and EU law, the United Kingdom withdrew from the EU at 11 p.m. on the 29th of March 2019. Since when the EU treaty ceased to apply, UK government have to respond on 17th of April 2019. So Robin is taken this to court, but in order for this to succeed, Gina Miller had fundings of thousands. Now, I've seen the power of people's abilities to raise funds. I've seen it with my own two eyes. Other people come on, they want money for something, or they've got to go, they're being taken to court and they're facing prison, and I've seen people throw money hand over fist, hand over fist, hand over fist for it. It would be really good now. Now I'm going to share his, I'll link it into it, this actually, so I've seen that somebody has got a GoFundMe. Let me just, now I don't know if Robin has got another, I'm going to put this in the comment section for now. There is a GoFundMe just there, which you can see I've just shared it. Now, that at the moment is sitting at 1,861. That is not enough. It's not enough. Now, Robin is putting his own money into this as well. He's not sitting there saying, you've all got to pay for it. But he is doing this for the greater good of this country. So, I don't know about you, but I think it would be bloody good to see everybody put their hands in their pockets for £1, 50p, £5, whatever, and help Robin take the Prime Minister through the High Courts. Because at the end of the day, what she's done is criminal. She broke the law. It's illegal. She has no right to extend Article 50 without going through every single hoop that she was made to jump through before to invoke Article 50. She can't just change her mind willy-nilly because a few people agreed with her in the House of Lords and throw all of those people who voted to leave the EU under the bus. She cannot do that. Robin is he's a lawyer, so he knows the law, but he's got to have barristers who are knowledgeable in this field. These people cost money. We need to be able to help Robin. We need people to push that donate and go onto Robin Tilbrook's page, Robin Tilbrook in English Democrats. Look and inbox him, ask him if he's got a PayPal, if there's another way that they can donate. But please, can we for once donate to something that will make a difference to the entire country for every person? And the thing is, she didn't just sell out and commit an act of a crime, a criminal offence. Dress it up any way you want. What she did was illegal. And we can't all sit there and say that there's nobody out there willing to put their head above the parapet and moan and complain when there's somebody here willing out to go and fight for us, to be able to do this. So, but he can't do it without our help. He can't. And this is perhaps that opportunity to actually donate to something where we could win the case at the High Courts and then on to the Supreme Court. There is no reason to think we cannot do this. I know she never signed to extend. She signed to leave on March. Yes, that's absolutely right. Terence Oak, to be honest with you, look, I've heard people going on about the Brexit party and that's dividing the votes and that's splitting the votes. I'm sorry, but you've already got two parties that split the votes. You've got For Britain, you've got UKIP. You've already split the votes yourselves. The fact that Nigel Farage had always stood by what he said and said that he would not work with certain people. That is his prerogative. And there'll be a lot of people that are going to get behind him. And I can't say that I blame them for them, because at the end of the day, there would never have even been that referendum if it hadn't have been for Nigel Farage. And whether you love him or hate him, you have to give credit where it's due. So I, for one, would personally, I'm probably more likely to vote towards the Brexit Party. But if Robin achieves this, well, then we won't need the Brexit Party, because Theresa May will have committed an illegal act. So it won't be as simple as she thinks it's going to be. But he can't do that. Robin Tilbrook cannot do this without your help. And I'm sorry to say that on this occasion, yes, on his behalf, for the greater good of this country and the greater good of the United Kingdom and for the greater good of democracy. And that includes even the Remainers. The Remainers don't seem to understand that what she's done is she has made a mockery of democracy. Whether they like the vote or not, democracy must win every time. So, you said to this and I don't know what that says, Linda. So basically, I'm asking that I've put the link in here. I'm going to add it once I've finished. I'm going to edit this and I'll put the link in for the GoFundMe that somebody's got up and running. This is Robin Tilbrook legal case against the government. He's taking the government to the courts, to the high courts, and then hopefully on through the Supreme Courts, because we have left the EU and what she has done is illegal. Now, there has been another High Court judge who has already said Robin has a really good case. Robin himself is an appeal lawyer, I believe. He knows what he's talking about. He knows that what she's done is wrong. Now, I think if you actually have a look on YouTube, you'll find a couple of videos of Robin Tilbrook talking about this. But the mainstream media don't want to cover it. Because if the mainstream media cover it, of course, people will donate to help him fight that. People will donate to defend democracy. And, of course, the mainstream media don't want that. So the only thing we can do is I'm asking you all now, and yes, I am asking, please, go on to that GoFundMe that I've put up on there and help Robin take this to the High Court. Yes, I know that Gina Miller case, I know how much it cost. But there is enough of us. Thank you, Jennifer Selby. That's greatly appreciated. But what we have to remember is there were 17.4 million people voted to leave the EU. It will be good to see 17.4 million people donate and help Robin take this and take her to the cleaners. Because we have left the EU dictatorship. We've left it. It may upset Ramona's. It may upset Theresa May. But Theresa, you can't have your cake and eat it. You can't have one set of rules for one people and another set of rules for everybody else. Doesn't work that way. Paul Willis, you lost me when you said you backed Farage. I didn't say I backed Farage. I said I would probably vote the Brexit Party when it comes for voting for MEPs. Because at the end of the day, without him, we would never have got the referendum in the first place. Maybe I have a sense of misplaced loyalty. I'm also an English Democrat. I'm not a UKIPper or for Britain. I've been with the English Democrats for years. I'm not going to change that. So I'm voting for Brexit. I'm not voting for anything else. I'm voting because I voted to leave the EU. I'm not voting for a loyalty to one party over another. And at the end of the day, these are votes to get people in as MEPs. So it doesn't matter if you vote UKIP and they become MEPs, and somebody votes somebody for Brexit Party and somebody from them becomes an MEP, or somebody from For Britain becomes an MEP. Well, what does it matter? You know, a general election Come on, let's face it. At the moment, the only people we're going to have that can stand in a general election are still only going to be Tories and Labour. We're not going to get an option of a third party standing in the general election. It's not going to happen because we have nobody in seats in the House of Lords or the House of Commons. So it's not feasible. The only parties you're going to be able to vote for in the general election will be Tories and Labour. Now, again, I would then tactically vote. I'd vote Tories over the Labour. Why? I don't like Tories or their austerity measures or the way they punish the disabled and the elderly or anybody else for that matter. But I sure as hell wouldn't vote Labour and be taken into communism with a scummy, commie bastard like Corbyn. That's the long and the short of it. When it comes to voting in an MEP, I would vote, yes, somebody from the Brexit Party. But if you want to vote for somebody from the UKIP Party, well, then that is your choice. So, you know, you might say, I've lost you. Well, you know, tit for tat, I didn't realise that I was on some sort of trial here whereby if I didn't vote the way you want me to, suddenly it makes me the big bad ogre. I thought we all like democracy, freedom of choice. Isn't that what we've all been fighting for? So, you know, look, if you don't like my choice, that's fine. I don't have an issue with that at all. I really don't. I'm not offended by it either. But, you know, if you fall out with me because of my choice, well, then that's entirely your choice too. You know, that's I can't do anything about it, can I? At the end of the day, I just think I can't. So, like I said, share this video out. I am going to see if I can pin Robin down over the coming week. And I'm going to see if I can get him to come on and do a live feed with me so that you can all put your questions to him and you can all ask him whatever you want to ask him. And hopefully it's going to split what vote? I don't want to get into an argument about Nigel Farage. I'm not on here to even discuss Nigel Farage. This is talk about Robin Tilbrook going and taking Theresa May and the government through the high courts. Okay, we don't have to discuss anything else. You don't have to agree with my opinions any more than I have to agree with you on yours. But I'm not chucking my toys at the pram. I respect your right. You have your choice. You can do whatever you want to do. That is entirely up to you. But for me, this is so important. Okay, it is so important. And I have seen people throw money at people. You know, within 3 days, I've seen hundreds of thousands of pounds raised within 3 days. Well, it would be good if we could do the same thing for somebody who's actually fighting for democracy and fighting to take the government to court because what they're doing is illegal. So I would really like to see us get behind that person too. I do know what the Lisbon Treaty is. I mean, I know exactly what it is. And I know exactly what it is they're trying to do. All the more reason to get behind Robin Tilbrook. And let's help him. So I've put the GoFundMe is in the link. Find Robin Tilbrook. His last name is it's Robin. So last name is spelled Tilbrook. Find him on Facebook. You'll find him under English Democrats. Get over onto his page. That way you can keep up to date on what he's doing and where he's at. He does have a really good case. There is an article about it in the Daily Mail. Because, of course, there's only the Daily Mail that will even go anywhere near printing the story. I hope he wins in court, but the judge won't be. Well, the judge might be handpicked. But you know what? If your case is iron, cast in iron and solid and watertight, then you can be as big a Ramona as you like, but the law is the law is the law. They can't have one set of rules when Gina Miller goes to court and then change it later on down the route. So I really hope he succeeds in this, and I hope everybody is just as quick to help him fight financially and morally, and give him the support that he needs in every conceivable way, that would be really appreciated. For now, I'm back off my Facebook ban. I don't know how long it's for, because even when I shared a video where I was praising a Muslim for calling out the Muslim rape gangs in this country, and he was unashamedly calling them out, somehow I got a ban for it. So there's no telling what my next ban will be for. And the bans now, they say it's a 30-day ban, but I timed it, and it was now a 50-day ban. So they're taking liberties now, because they're telling me it's a 30-day ban, but it's not. It's much longer than they're saying. But listen, everybody, share this out to as many people as you can. The more people that know about it, the better. And like I said, if we can see the Remainers donate, because I guarantee they would have done, to Gina Miller's case, 17.4 million people voted to leave the EU. We should be able to fund this case with Robin. And I know that Robin will put his hand in his own pocket and will pay some of this out of his own pocket. A large chunk of this he will pay for. I know Robin very, very well. He is a man with true integrity, true honesty. He's a real darling of a man as well. A very intelligent guy. Makes me feel really sick when I talk to him, but he's a really good guy. Really good guy. So do check him out. Give his page a like. Keep abreast of what he's doing. But also, if you can, £1, £2, £5, £10, £100, £200, whatever you've got that you can give to fight for our democracy, for our freedom, and to tell the government that no, you don't get to play by your own set of rules. You play by the set of rules that you laid out in front of us. You made us jump through hoops. Now it's your turn. So it would be really good if we can actually, yes, Wendy, I can put the link up. Of course I can, darling. I'm popping the link in for his GoFundMe again. Do please share that out. I will also, when I finish the video, I'll edit the write-up, and I will put the GoFundMe in there so that people will know where they can donate to help him fight this. For now, everybody, take care, stay safe, be good, have a cracking weekend, enjoy yourselves. Bye for now.